No, me, I got something that I need to prove. I cannot lose, everything I do that really is news. You look confused, why? You are what you choosing to do. Me, I've been making the moves, paying my dues, getting this done with the fam. Y'all know that I am the dude. Bend that low, hit that high, got that hustle, got that drive. One more time, best alive. I want it all, everything mine. We done came for it all, and we ain't backing down, no. We rising up. We rising up. Yeah, now look it up.
What's up, y'all? Good morning. Coach D, host of Blitzing with the Boys, here to bring you a little bet your ass for today's enormous slate. It's Saturday, March 2nd. I've got 40 locks that I'm going to share with you all tonight, although I did make about 80 some odd picks. But I picked my favorite 40 from all the early, the midday, and the late slates. So I'm going to share that with you all. First of all, I would like to apologize because I am a little bit more mellow than I usually like to be. Stayed up late, obviously watching the games last night and then studying the games today. Set my alarm, got a couple hours of sleep, but wanted to be able to get up and make this video so I can hopefully get it uploaded by the time everybody else wakes up and starts looking into possibly betting some of these games. So sorry I'm a little mellow. I am extremely tired, but bear with me. So before we get into tonight, I'm going to go back 2 days ago. I had my first losing night on the last day of the year, or the last day of the month in February, excuse me. I lost 1.5% of money, bet on February 29th. Not that bad of a loss, obviously. It's 1.5%. Could have definitely been much worse, but I was really hoping for a big time bounce back yesterday. It was Friday, it was payday, man. I was feeling good. Didn't get that big bounce back, but we were able to bounce back, bringing in 8.1% profit on the night. So obviously very, very happy about that. I'd rather win 1% than lose 100. That's kind of my whole motto, and that's why I bet the way that I do. And because it's a numbers game, that's why I bet the number of games that I do. So if you all haven't heard me say it before, my personal goals are to be at least 53% or better against the spread and 33.3% or better in picking underdogs on the money line. So those are my goals, and when I hit those percentage goals, typically it results in being profitable. So let's look at last night.
I got ton of vision. You can remove wax, but why would you do that if folks don't want to listen? I could accrue ash and cloth from 2 sacks and preach with profit vision. Eyes wouldn't get too bad, I'm serving up true facts, but these folks swallow.
So overall yesterday, we went 4-2 against the spread. That's obviously 66.66667, well above 53%. So we were doing good there. And then I also went 2-4 betting underlying money dogs. That is right at 33.33334%. So hit that spot right on the head. So that is the reason for the 8.1% profit. So let's get after it. We got a big slate today. I'm not going to go too crazy in detail about these. Just kind of give you all just a smidgen of reasoning behind it. At this point, we've seen so much basketball. You can kind of see a pattern with a lot of these teams. So anyways, tomorrow's early slate. And the early slate for me are games starting between noon and 3:30. I've got 13 locks for you guys during this window. So first things first, I got Providence at home, -2.5 against Villanova. Don't get me wrong, Villanova's a hell of a team. I just love this Providence team, that Devin Carter kid that they have. I love this Providence team at home especially. And they're kind of teetering on the bubble a little bit. I think that they just need this a little bit more. So I'm rolling with Providence to cover that 2.5. Next, I got Butler -13.5 at DePaul. This is pretty straightforward. It's not really about Butler here. DePaul's not good. So 13.5 is not that crazy. We're going to lay it. We'll see how it goes. First money line of tomorrow is I'm taking Florida on the money line, plus 106 at South Carolina. Obviously, this is a big-time marquee top 25 matchup with both of them being in the top 25. Interesting thing about this game is they're both kind of still in the hunt, technically, for the SEC regular season championship title. So it's a big game for both of them. South Carolina's going to have the house packed. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. Florida's actually not that bad on the road. And to be honest with you, they've had more stinkers at home. So I think that they kind of rise to the moment here. They got a hell of a point guard in Michael Clayton. I think it's Michael Clayton Jr. And then the Hands Logden kid, their center. They've got some other kid. I mean, Florida's just, I really like that team, to be honest with you. So Florida's not afraid to go into a big-time atmosphere. They came to Rupp and beat UK, right, to return the upset victory when we went down there and beat them the first time. So I'm taking Florida here on the money line to get that done. The next money line on the day is I'm taking Illinois plus 118 at Wisconsin. Wisconsin has had just letdown after letdown after letdown. Illinois is hot. They're riding high. They are on the road. Yes, Wisconsin needs this. They're not on the bubble. I think that they're safely in. But, man, I'm picking Illinois, like, straight up because Wisconsin, every time I pick them, they let me down. And this game's too good not to bet it. It's got kind of all the right stuff to make it interesting. But Wisconsin lets me down every time I believe in them. I've kind of lost faith there. I think Illinois wins by, a possession or two. Then we got Kentucky at home against Arkansas. Kentucky's 13.5-point favorites. Yes, Kentucky has been up and down, and they typically don't string together too many good games in a row before they just have a what the fuck moment. Really just hoping that this isn't going to be a what the fuck moment for them, but to be honest, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Arkansas somehow pulled this out of their ass. But I got to believe in the boys. I got to believe that they're getting in March, in shape for March. So I'm going to roll with Kentucky. Don't really like the 13.5. To me, that seems a little bit high. Kentucky can win by 40 against anybody, but they can also get beat by anybody. So don't really love that number, but got to believe in the boys there. The next money line, I'm taking North Dakota State at home. They're plus 118 against their biggest rival, South Dakota State. This is, I mean, both these teams are at the top of their conference always, whether football, basketball, whatever. It typically kind of always comes down to these two teams. They hate each other. They know each other well. With North Dakota State being home underdogs and it being a rivalry game, it just kind of makes sense to take them here. It's going to be a hostile environment, probably going to be a little chippy. In these rivalry games, you can't not take the money line on the home team. So that's the logic there. The next game, I'm taking Toledo on the road at Buffalo. Toledo's laying 10.5 points. Again, Buffalo's not like as bad as DePaul or Florida A&M, but Toledo is really good. So, I mean, they could beat anybody by 10.5 points. I mean, they go to Houston and win by 10.5. Not every time, but it wouldn't shock me if they did it once. So I think Toledo's just a really good team. Don't really believe in Buffalo. I think Toledo gets that 10.5 covered. This is kind of the most ballsy pick of the first slate for me. I got to always kind of roll something ballsy out. I kind of like this spot here. I believe somebody's not playing for Texas. I think that they have an injury. So I'm taking Oklahoma State both plus 9.5 points and plus 385 money line. That's a really good money line to take. Obviously, at plus 385, that's telling you it's not very likely to happen, especially with them going on the road. They haven't showed any level of consistency, but they have showed glimpses of being able to get up for these big challenges. And I think that this is a game that they're going to get up for. And they might catch Texas sleeping. So I'm rolling with them plus 9.5 and plus 385 on the money line. The next game in the slate, I'm taking LaSalle at home to cover 5.5 points against George Washington. LaSalle's been a cash cow for me all season long. And George Washington, again, up, down. They're kind of that mid-tier in their conference. LaSalle, I mean, they need this. So, and I trust them. I believe in them. They made me a lot of money, so I ain't backing down now. Taking LaSalle to cover that 5.5 at home. Western Carolina just got a big upset win against their rival. But now they're going to Chattanooga, where they're getting 2.5 points. I don't think the 2.5 points is enough at Chattanooga to solid basketball team down there, and I expect them to win by at least 3 at home. Here, there's not a whole lot of separation between these two teams, but Chattanooga plays really well at home. All right, then I'm going to LSU at Vanderbilt, and look, LSU's been kind of up and down. They're like a lot of teams; they show glimpses, and then and then they have a setback. But Vanderbilt, I mean, I don't really know about Vanderbilt. Even at home, it's not like they really protect their court. They've got the weirdest place. You got people calling for Jerry Stackhouse to lose his job. So I don't know. LSU just seems to be more athletic and overall better basketball team. They got a little bit more mojo going right now. So I'm going to take them on the road to cover that 3.5 at Vandy. And then the last one of the early slate, we've got Morehead State. I hate laying this. I hate laying a number this big. But damn, Morehead State is they're the top team in this conference. It's no question. Lindenwood is coming to town. Lindenwood is a bottom feeder. Horrible spot for Lindenwood to be in here. Morehead State's beat better teams by 20 at their own place. Rolling with the Kentucky squad. Going to show them a little love here. Hopefully they show me a little love back. Give me a little money in my pocket. But I am reluctantly taking Morehead State to cover 20.5 points. It's just a lot of points. I believe in Morehead State. It's just a lot of points. So that's it for the early slate.
To the bank, yeah, they call me Showtime, y'all know who to thank. Got the pressure on, gotta do this real big, no thing. I'ma get the dub, what do y'all think? Yeah, I'm making plays, y'all know where to find me, you be looking center stage. 24/7, we ain't never taking breaks. Got a lot to learn, think you better know the game, 'cause I've been making plays.